He was one of Belgium's richest men, a real estate tycoon who built skyscrapers in Warsaw, offices in London, and data centers in Belgium. His company rose to global prominence. His personal fortune? Over 1 billion euros. But in little over a year ago, he lost that billionaire status, with an official loss of 324 million. But some sources claim that at his lowest point, he lost more than half of his total fortune. Let's go back to the beginning. Born in a farmer's family in November 1956. Growing up, Paul Gysens wanted to become a veterinarian, but only a couple of months in, he cut his studies short, claiming it wasn't for him. Although rumors say he just wasn't great with blood, he was better with his hands, so he became a contractor for farm structures, starting with landscaping and garden houses, followed by pigsty, stables, and finally hangars for farm equipment. It went so well that he and his partner, Willy Lammers, decided in 1985 to start their own company. The company, Gysens, Lammers and Company, or in short, Ghelamco, started with their farm structures, but pretty quick, they decided they wanted more opportunities. So they started building office buildings. And from here, it went pretty quick. 5 years in, the company decided that they wanted to go beyond the Belgian borders. And they had the perfect opportunity. Thanks to the fall of communism in 1989, the Polish economy was booming, and office buildings with modern infrastructure were in big demand. But Ghelamco also had their first major hurdle, because after a falling out, Willy Lammers left the company. So with no one to object, Ghelamco officially entered the Polish market as a contractor and investor in 1991. They kept growing, resulting in Ghelamco becoming the market leader of office developments in Warsaw since 2007, a title they still hold to this day. In 2012, Ghelamco reached a balance sheet totaling more than 1 billion euros. It would take 10 more years for Paul Gysens' personal net worth to go over $1 billion, making Paul Gysens one of a very select few to ever reach billionaire status in both Belgium and the world. And the expansions to France, England, and Cyprus were meant to secure his position, but he may have overstretched a little. In 2022, Paul Gysens was worth about 1.1 billion euros. But 2 years later, his personal fortune would drop to 860 million euros. Still plenty to go around, but it brings the question, how is this possible? It's all thanks to Ghelamco getting into troubled waters. In 2023, Ghelamco had a net loss of 28 million, followed by 2024 with a monstrous net loss of 323.9 million. These extreme losses came from a series of events. Around 2022, the interest rates started rising again, credit conditions started tightening, and post-COVID economic pressures were rising, which put all developers in a bind globally. But the real tipping point came in 2023, the Arc in London. The main contractor went bankrupt mid-construction, resulting in a 119 million in losses. And because Ghelamco is heavily leveraged, so by the end of 2023, they had about 1.34 billion euros of debt, of which 800 million was short-term debt, meaning they had to pay it back within a year. As a result, Ghelamco had to sell a large amount of their bigger projects like the Warsaw Unit Tower at a 52 million euro loss, the Wings for a 9 million loss, and they had to bail out a Polish subsidiary company that was facing a liquidity crunch, which added another 169 million euros of cash they had to cough up. This resulted in a net loss of 349 million. This paired up with a couple of positive deals, their yearly net loss resulted in the infamous 323.9 million euro loss. By now, many men would throw in the towel. Your company is in the red, every news outlet breathing down your neck. But Mr. Gysens and his team wasn't going to give up this easily. They started selling as many assets as they could. By June 2025, Ghelamco was proud to announce that they paid back all Belgian bond loans for an amount of 84 million euros, including interest. Also, the Polish bond loans got paid back. To restore trust in the company even more, they also released a document detailing their achievements. The most interesting numbers in this document are record property sales totaling 802 million in Belgium, France, and Poland at market-aligned prices. And they have reduced their total debt by more than 1/3, about 504 million. Their goal for the rest of 2025 will obviously be to reduce debt even more and to strengthen its liquidity position. They want to double down on their real estate diversification strategy by expanding into sectors such as data centers, life sciences, and residential developments. So it's fair to assume that Ghelamco is going to land on its feet. Maybe Mr. Geisens will reach his billionaire status again in a couple of years.